What's up, Diablo fans? I just finished Act 1 in beta for the first time and decided to make a short video showcasing the early level Whirlwind Barbarian and to give you old school World Baba fans some hope that you might be able to play Whirlwind effortlessly in Diablo 4 even in the early game and campaign. My build is nowhere near optimized and is just something that worked out for me during the campaign Act 1. Some items in this build are crucial to make it feel good, but even without some legendaries I was able to get some success with it. When you first time can get to use Whirlwind, it feels pretty low hitting ability and you are fury exhausted all the time. The feel gets better as you progress and as you get more fury generation, but it won't be a single target destroyer build and it won't delete everything as a first hit, but it gets the job done and at least you don't have to struggle during the Act 1 beta campaign. Okay, let's go through the skill tree. As a basic skill I used Lunging Strike. It's a great gap closer and gives you some mobility and also does decent single target damage with the bleed passive. As a core skill, Whirlwind of course. I decided to go Violent Whirlwind small passive since the bleed variation felt quite slow gameplay. I even tossed a few extra points into Whirlwind at some point to get some extra damage. The weapon or arsenal choice should probably be the one that makes the most damage, depending of course on your gear. I didn't really notice that much difference between dual wielding or two-handed style. As defensive skills I used Rallying Cry as Fury Generator and to get some movement speed. Iron Skin without the small passives to give some damage reduction. My brawling skill choices were Warcry to give damage boosts and to get Berserking for even more movement speed and damage. As another brawling skill, Charge felt good to clamp up the mobs and then the Whirlwind on top of all of them to maximize damage. The rest of the skill points are pretty much whatever and you can choose whatever you want. The small passives don't matter too much at this point in the early levels. What comes to gear, there's really no must-have items to start to use Whirlwind. I started to use Whirlwind somewhere about level 13 without any legendary affixes, but of course if you manage to get some in the early levels, it boosts your damage done quite a bit. First of all, if you manage to get Dust Devil's Ring or whatever item, it can boost your damage done quite a bit by leaving AoE damage dealing tornadoes behind as you Whirlwind around. I extracted this exact power to put it onto my two-hander and to boost the damage 100%. As you see, I got a pretty good roll there. Another good item is Ancestral Echoes. It summons an ancient by your side to do the same ability, in this case to use Whirlwind in the battlefield. This does also quite a bit extra damage. It's a great candidate to extract into your second two-hander weapon. Of course there are even more legendary powers to boost your damage and utility, but at this point I didn't feel anything is mandatory. But of course they will affect the flow of your gameplay if you manage to find a good one. This quick guide was just to give some Whirlwind fans hope that the build is actually playable in Diablo 4. And at least I enjoyed the feel of it. For an ending for this video, I'll show you how I killed Act 1 last boss with this build at level 22.